Hello, my name is Allison, and I am a librarian at Trent University Library and Archives. With this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the OECD iLibrary database to find, access, and use statistics. With this database, you can find global and country-specific statistics on topics ranging from economics, industry, and employment to social issues, population demographics, and the environment. First, we'll start here at the homepage of the Trent University Library and Archives. Make sure that you are logged into your library account so that you can fully access content on the OECD iLibrary database. From the Trent Library homepage, go to Research Guides and click View All Help Guides and Tutorials. Scroll down until you find the guide for business administration. This research guide offers useful links and important resources for business students. We can find a link to the OECD iLibrary database through this guide. Go to Company, Industry, and Data. Scroll down and select OECD. This link takes us to the OECD iLibrary. This is the homepage of the OECD iLibrary database. The OECD iLibrary database is the online library of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. In this database, you can find books, papers, reports, and statistics on a wide variety of economic, political, geographic, environmental, and technological themes. It also covers statistics for all countries that belong to the OECD, including Canada, as well as some countries that do not belong to it. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to find and use statistics in the OECD iLibrary. There are multiple ways to find data. For example, you can use a search term related to your research by typing it into the search bar. I am going to search for tourism. Going through this list of results, you can explore the different types of information resources available to you that are related to your search term. For example, there are working papers, databases with data sets, periodicals, book series, and indicators, which contain data sets on a specific topic. I'm going to select the Tourism Gdp Indicator. This indicator offers data sets that show me the percentage of GDP generated by all industries related to tourism. Scrolling through this indicator, we get to a chart that shows the tourism GDP percentage for countries that belong to the OECD, as well as some non-OECD countries. We can modify how the chart looks by selecting Scope from the drop-down menus at the bottom. For example, we can select which country is highlighted on the chart. I'm going to highlight Japan. You can also find a table of this data. As you can see, while all of the country's statistics are listed, Japan is still highlighted because I have selected it. You can download this data as a CVS file by selecting the blue download button in the right corner. If you choose Select Data Only, that would only download the data for the variables you selected in the drop-down menus or scope at the bottom. In this example, choosing this option would only download the stats from Japan that are highlighted in red. By selecting the full indicator data, you will download the entire table of data. After you download, you can open and manipulate the data in Microsoft Excel or Numbers. You can also find a citation recommendation for the indicator. Remember to check your assignment to see if you are required to use a specific citation style. Another way to find, customize, and download statistics in the OECD iLibrary database is through the Statistics page. Here, we can find data sets by searching from specific databases, and by indicators. We have already seen an example of an indicator, Tourism GDP, which can also be found on this page. You can find data related to your research topic in specific databases. For example, selecting OECD tourism statistics will bring us to a database with data on all indicators related to tourism, not just GDP. You can also select Extract Data from Across Datasets to find a large table of data on many different themes for many different countries. I am going to select OECD Tourism Statistics. Here, we find datasets that contain up-to-date data, as well as datasets that have been archived with older data, as well as related titles. In the top list of datasets, click the arrow beside each dataset to learn more about what data it contains. To access data from a dataset, such as inbound tourism, click the pink data icon. The dataset opens in a new window. It is displayed as a large chart with stats on inbound tourism or tourists coming into a country. This data is organized by year from 2008 to 2019. As you can see, some countries are missing data for some years. You may notice that there are blue I or information buttons next to some countries. Click on this button to find more information or metadata about the source of the data from this country. In the case of Austria, the data came from the governmental organization Statistics Austria. You'll also find important information about the scope of the data and the population that was surveyed. But let's say that we want to change or customize this table to only show data on the total international arrivals to Canada from 2008 to 2019. To limit the data shown to just Canada, click Country at the top of the first column in the table. This creates a pop-up window where we can select which countries we want included in the table. All of the countries are currently selected. Click Unselect All to unselect all of the countries, and then scroll down and click the box next to the countries you want to be included in your table. Then click View Data. As you can see, this hasn't produced the table of tourism statistics in Canada that I expected. I found that this is because I need to fix the table's layout so that it will properly display this data. To do this, hover over the drop-down menu Customize in the top left of the screen. Click Customize Layout. A pop-up window will appear. With this handy tool, you can click, drag, and drop where you want the elements of the table to appear. Then click View Data. Now we can see the full table of statistics on international flights and other tourism to Canada. We can also change the variables or topics of data that are displayed in this table by clicking Variable. Like before, click Unselect All, and then click on the variables or types of data that you want to see in your table. I want to see total international arrivals to Canada. Click View Data. You can also customize the table in a similar manner based on year or the source of the data. To cite this database, click Cite this database. Again, a new pop-up window will appear with a recommendation of how to cite the inbound tourism database. You can export the citation to EndNote or to other citation management software. Once you are ready to export the data in your table, hover over Export and select which file type you would like the data to be exported as. This creates another pop-up window. Click Download. Now that we've downloaded the data from this table, we can open it in Microsoft Excel or Numbers. Remember, the library is here to help you with your research questions. We have many resources available. For example, you can find a handy guide about business and administration with tips and resources on our website. From the library homepage, click Research Guides and view all help guides and tutorials. Scroll down and click the Business Administration Guide. If you still have questions and want one-on-one help with your research, you can always book a research help session with the librarian. On the research guide, scroll down until you see a picture of your Liaison librarian. You can book a research help session by clicking Schedule Online. You can also drop by for one-on-one research help at the Library Research Consultation Center, located on the main floor of Bata Library, on any weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Good luck with your research!